I forgot to put my little microphone bit on. Change that and move you a little bit over this way. And then close this stuff. Okay. So I don't think this is going to be part of my little I don't think this will be part of my I forgot to pull up the chat. This won't be a part of my spa series that I was doing. It'll probably be more geared towards. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. I'm trying to pull up my Twitch chat. A random project or some small stuff that I don't feel like making a full video out of for my spa. I don't know what I want to do. I just knew I wanted to just cut on the stream. So, this is where we're at with the project. Oh, we got the translator kind of working. But we're not quite there. I need to find a way to put the translator's text into elements on the screen. In fact, we won't even need this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need the output text for certain. Might even need to change this later, but I'm really very confused on this, so I might need an instructor's assistance. But we were able to get our Express servers going with that, so it's pretty cool. I guess I could store data inside of Insomnia, but I don't know how to do that quite either. I'd probably be able to try it out and then change it. But yeah, if anybody jumps in the chat, I'll unmute. trying to figure out this shit and I can't quite. Very interesting. I'm sorry, Quick Burn. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen your name in chat. If you're still here, uh, no framework. Sorry, I'm late looking at your message. Hopefully, you're still here. I was emailing, I'm messaging someone on Slack. That's why I didn't see the message. I'm sure he's gone by now, or they're gone by now. I haven't seen their name in a while, too. I'm trying to figure something out. If you're still here, Quick Burn. No framework. This is for my bootcamp. We're not learning a framework. But once this is done, I'm going to rebuild all my shit that I made, which is so far 2 sites. Probably just this one actually, with a framework, probably React or Angular. I'm leaning more towards React, but who knows? I'm just curious. Please message me back because I don't know what I'm doing right now. If this doesn't work out, I might just have to kind of start continuing rebuilding my other project, and this one can wait. It's very complex. They make it more difficult than it should be. Trying to think though, how are you solving this? Dude, honestly, there's a bunch of fucking packages we installed. It works. Like it all works. But here's a deployed version currently. I'll show you. Pull up Brave. Or not Brave, Firefox. Here is the deployed version. Right here. You can go to it yourself and check it out if you'd like. Each page, it like takes, it's still a spa, but you make, I don't know, you just make each page. Like I've showed everybody this, and everybody says the same thing. Like, bro, you should have just learned a framework. I'm like, hey, it's not my fault. The bootcamp wanted us to learn this way. So this is what we're trying to accomplish here. Currently, I'm trying to store actual data somewhere, so that way, whenever these pages are called, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it just loads that data. There's another page, countries and whatnot. All these elements load onto the page once I request it to. Once the view is requested, essentially. I wish I could explain how it works. I don't even quite understand it fully. And it sucks. That's why I can't wait to I just can't wait for it to be done so I can start learning some actual tools I'll use. But yeah, it all works so far, except for the translator. So, but yeah, right now the data inside this screen or these views, it's just placeholder text. I want it to be actual like history. Public folder for hosting CSS. By public folder, do you mean on like in the cloud somewhere, or like on root inside the file directory? I was thinking that because I technically did store some data in that way, but it would be a lot. Yeah. So like here inside of my, I did store some data like this, right? The data that you saw on those front pages is stored like that. But history and economy, because those sections are so big, like if you were to go to Wikipedia, they would be huge. This page would be scrolling for a while. And I was thinking maybe it could be stored. I understand what you mean. I've thought about that, but I'm thinking, is there another way to do it to where it's like in a database? That way it can be modified over time too, because some of this might change. Culture, like history probably will be the same, so I could probably store history. Government might change, demographics will change, but history is pretty self-explanatory. Like that's pretty much set in stone until the next big thing happens. So maybe I could do history like that. It's not a bad idea. And then the others I can store in a database. It's less code to write in there. I found one that where'd it go? So if I type in, let's say the endpoint is let's just type in, yeah, let's do Australia. It has all the data from Wikipedia, and if I were to do like I could probably find the sections in here and just like iterate over. If you mimic an API call using JSON, then you'll be mimicking the API you would create. Wait, if you mimic an API call using JSON, then you'll be mimicking an API you would create. That would be front for your database. So in a sense, you're I think you're saying I'd be doing the same thing no matter which way I do it, except one would be in the front end and the other would be in the database. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to challenge myself, but damn, it's hard because I don't understand how to do all this shit, man. I had some people helping me. This stuff is tough. Actually, I'm curious. Are these all just events with years in them? I wish I could parse this out a little bit better. Or is it the whole history? Let's look at the bottom. Okay. So this is an option though. But I'd have to look. It looks like it's so much shit in here. A lot of stats and stuff. In fact, this does look like it is. You know what? It might actually be. It's so much code though. It's so much shit. It's not even code. It's actual like the text that I have to put in here. It would be so much. It'd be probably like thousands and thousands of lines. If you're going to put this data into a database, you'll need to create a server to fetch the data in a database. So before you code your backend, use static JSON. Yeah, I have the server already. I built the server out to fetch data. Like I'm able to do locally at least, not in a deployed version because I haven't merged the commits yet. But Damn, what was the command again? npm run serve. Oh my god, come on. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Unexpected yield and identifier caps on index where... Oh, right, because I was building this out. Let's delete this for now then. Pretty much, if you're going to put this data into a database, you need to create a server to fetch the data from the database. Correct, I understand that. So before you code your backend, use static JSON file. Oh, like to test it? Is that what you're kind of getting at now, Creeper? Sorry if I'm not understanding what you quite mean. So here's the local version right now. Obviously, it's a little fucked up when we get to the translator page, but that's all right. For now, if I were to type in hello, and you want to learn what hello in Bulgarian is, and we click the button. Oh shit, I didn't run a server either. Try again. Okay. So let's try that again. Let's just say hi in Bulgarian. Hi in Bulgarian is this, apparently. You know, hello in Bulgarian is this. So it works. I just got to get this to go on screen. So our Express server works. But I think I get what you mean. Use static JSON. So I can make one called like Australia. So I could probably call one like Australia history. Where would I put it though? Would I put it in store? I guess I would put it in store. Country data. We can do it like in here. Let's Australia. What's JSP? What's the JSP file? Okay. Minimize some of this stuff. Schema. And it sucks that I'm so interested in all this. Okay, so if you have a server, why not add an API to serve the JSON data? Is the concern just the size limitation of the database? No, I haven't even thought about the size limitation. I'm using MongoDB's free option. Why not add an API? Well, I've been looking for APIs. Remember, I'm brand new to this shit. I just started learning how to do this stuff yesterday. So if I'm not thinking of every option, my fault. I've looked for APIs for history, and it's not what I want them to be. Like, I want it to say, like, in the early days, you know, prehistoric days, this is how Australia came to be, or this would be the peoples that live there, or whatever. But a lot of the APIs that I found are more geared towards, and this year this event happened, and this year this event happened. I don't want it to say yearly. I kind of just wanted to go like, say, hey, this is the beginning, kind of like Wikipedia does in a sense. That's why the options were either build my own API, so just like your translate HTTP call, which was done in, where was that? App. Where's app at? Essentially in server. Create your own endpoint to serve the page data. But now, okay, I get what you're saying, kind of, but the page data, is this after I store it in JSON or somewhere else, within the code or in the database somehow? This is the part that gets so fucking confusing to me. I'm so interested in this stuff, but it's very, very confusing. I gotta get a garbage bag for this peel. Also, by the translate, I'm assuming you talk about what it's currently on screen on the left-hand side. Okay, I didn't know. See, I didn't know you can manually add something to Mongo. Hold on one second, my instructor messaged me back. Let's see what he said here. What is this data representing country? Several sections. History, economy, government, demographic. Okay, the goal of the endpoint would be to read from the database. Excuse me, I had to take my vitamins. All right, so add data to Mongo. Cooper, and I haven't seen you in a while. It's been like months, it seems like. MongoDB. How have you been? Log into the old Mongo. Still trying to find a stride. Well, I hope things get going for you. Are you looking for work, or do you mean like just life in general? Trying to find your way? Life in general. I feel that I'm in the same boat. Nothing wrong with it. Happens. Sometimes life throws you curveballs, but you know, get back on your feet. So how do you store? All right, I'm on Mongo. How do I actually store? A second. How to? Have you done this before? Stored data. Documents are saved in JSON format. Okay. How about manually adding? Manually add new data. Insert documentation. To insert data into MongoDB collection, you need to use MongoDB's insert and save method. Looks like the tool by Mongo is called Compass, the GUI for MongoDB. Oh boy, everybody's got a GUI. GUI. Alright, appreciate that. I'll check it out. Let's see. Oh my god, stop it. So many fucking things. Okay, sure. Mongo connection string. What the fuck is my Mongo connection string? Is it like, hold on one second. My key. Oh my god, it's not the same as in a text editor. God damn it, I was deleting stuff. Alright, my instructor's giving me an idea, and it's kind of what you're saying. But, wait, are the large blocks of text going to have bold carriage returns? What the fuck is a carriage return? Okay, sorry I haven't had chat open. I'm trying to see if my key is what they're asking for. Yes, it is, looks like. Or not, wait. Oh my god, I can't paste it, bro. I cannot paste. Please enter a Mongo connection. Alright, let's look at the docs. Oh wait, no, that was, oh my god. I installed the Mongo shell, not the fucking compass. I clicked on your link though, and it still took me to, unless it's the same. No, it was not the same. God damn it, dude. That's why I was like, what's going on? One second, I know there's nothing on screen. I'm all befuddled. I got like 5 fucking things going on. Try to install this compass GUI again. I'll put the code back on screen. We can minimize that. Why aren't you loading? Oh, is it downloading? Where's my downloads at? It's taking so long. That's done. Okay, it's really slow, that's why. Okay, welcome to Mongo Compass. Yeah, I opened up too. Alright. Now what? Host, local host. Valid message. Oh boy, yeah, this is just another thing to fucking learn, isn't it? I think for now we just store it in JSON in the code, man. Let's just... Oh, got you. So this... Oh. So this would be the... I just sold my fucking thing too. God damn it. Oh, I can generate a new one if I need to. I think you're the only one in here, right? Yeah, it's not a big deal. Okay, so... There we go. Just have to generate a new code in a few minutes here. Copy that. Paste that. Error occurred. Username contains unscaped characters. Okay, there's that. All right, we're connected. Command database. Create a database. Database name, collection name. Thought I had a database already. So pissed off that was on screen for so long. And I gotta fucking get a new key. So database name, we'll just call it test. so I can't create a database. Is there a reasoning? I'm not allowed to do anything. Alright, yeah, fuck this for now. Yeah, I just make a JSON file. We'll call it Australia.json. Alright, what we're gonna do, so each one will have history, government, I think economy, okay, economy, demographics. Culture and current events. Current events, I might use an API for like news outlets. Where's my fucking phone not working? Holy shit, this is pissing me off. Just work. Holy shit, this phone's pissing me off. I gotta restart it. Okay. I hate that they do this now, dude. Like, stop asking for fucking money. I just realized they're using a large professor. I think it's large professor. If y'all listen to that. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm gonna pause that. And you hear the Alright, now listen to this. Hold on, let me pull up. Yeah. Listen to this now. Remember that? Doom, 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 and then in the background's like that. Listen to this.
Alright, Big L, pardon the technical difficulties.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Alright. Check
If
it
you wanna
out.
put your man on too, you can do it together.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set it off like this. Check it out. Yo, check it.
Yo, I got slugs for snitches.
So
So this is. You can hear it. Doom, doom. I was wondering. I was like, man, I feel like I'm listening, and this is the one I was just listening to. It's just faster. Dun, 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 dun. That's pretty cool. Yo, I got slugs for snitches, no love for bitches, putting thugs in ditches where my trigger finger itches. Alright, so, history. See, Wikipedia does it good. They just have a lot of extra links to other pages and so on. Excuse me. And plus, actually, Wikipedia would be a bad thing to take it from, because anything on Wikipedia can be changed. Encyclopedia Britannica. Of course, you gotta fucking pay. I hate that so much. Hey, pay for this thing. Geological history. Fun facts, cultural history right here. This is actually put in, I think so, some people took this straight from here, for the Wikipedia. Australia. So let's just take. Let's go down. I don't want to take these images. What would happen if I took this image or this video? I'm assuming it would look really funky. Oh lordy. Oh yeah, this is not gonna. This is not it, Chief. Place the data in the view state file. How would I? Oh man, it's so fucking ugly though. Prior to documented history, so we take this. Let's just try a test out. Oh no. Another tangent. What's up? What you got? I actually have to go take out some garbage real quick, but I will be back in like 5 minutes. So type out your tangent, and we can discuss the tangent. Be back. it's cold outside. I was checking to see if the stream cut off. It did not. Alright, cool. For this kind of thing, I like to store the data as YAML. Use Markdown. I don't know if we're able to do that for this. If this is my own project, I'd probably take any other suggestions for that. But technically, right now at least, once it's done, it'll become my project, and I do whatever I want with it, however I want. You know. you have a thing and another thing stored on a local markdown file, or here. The data has example YAML. Oh, I see. That's, oh, I thought that was a comment. Yeah, that is another way to do it, I guess. Ain't markup language. Interesting. Yeah, I'll look into that for the future. Very interesting. I asked my instructor. He said, all right, for now, just place the data in a view state file, which I would assume is this, in the store folder. But we may direct you to move it to the API at a later time. Okay, so as JSON, correct? Yeah, but you should put it right in the view state file. You should not create a separate file for this data. So I'm assuming he means like that, like I have it now on screen. But the problem is, it's still so much, and even with Prettier, long text just seems to not, unless it was HTML, it seems to not do what I want it to do. It does that, and I fucking hate that. And I can't go through each line and find where it ends and start a new one, you know what I mean? So I'm curious if I were to take this straight from like this kind of format, right? It's right here. Would it do the same thing? No, it would not. So I think what would be best was for me to take that data, put it in here as HTML first, and then so that way it auto formats for Prettier, because I'm not going through every line and do that shit. So excuse me, it's cold. So for example, let's see. Excuse me. Let's take this. Let's see if it does it here. Did it do it? It did. Nice. Okay. So we can do it like that then. Yeah. So let's take. I looked into using this Encyclopedia's API as well, and they charge you. And you have to apply. I'm not applying for a fucking API. Not for this at least. So we're gonna have to go chunk by chunk, which kind of sucks because of the ads and stuff, but whatever. It'll. Actually, I'm just gonna fucking do this on the other monitor. god. Don't do this to me, prettier. Please don't do this to me, you motherfucker. I hate prettier so much. So this is what I was talking about, how it'd be such a pain in the ass because there'll be so much information. This is just the first 2 paragraphs of kind of what the encyclopedia has. I don't know, man. I kind of just want to fucking hard code this shit, dude. I can always change it later, right? Creekburn, what do you think? I don't know. This is just, it's gonna be so much. This is the first 2 paragraphs from line 30 to 80 something. We're gonna be in the thousands before this is done. YAML is a superset of JSON, is much better suited for multi-line content. Oh, man. I'll ask my instructors later if we can use YAML. Man, this sucks. I mean, it won't be in here. I could leave it like this and have it hard-coded, right? But for example, let's go back to that live server or local host. Events. What's wrong with current events? What about it? Current events. Unexpected token. What? No, that's not it. What's the unexpected? What is the goal? Are you moving the page data out? Oh, so the page data was empty. Technically, it was just all placeholder, lorem ipsum, right? I'm only putting it on here technically because I want to. Apparently, I'm supposed to put it inside of the state or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's what the instructor's talking about. So rather than JSON object, it'd be part of a JavaScript object, right? But I could technically leave it hard-coded. I don't see a problem with being hard-coded, right? For some of it, at least. Right now, history, this part of history is now hard-coded with Arth. What's up, man? No, I'm not. I'm not hanging there at all, dude. This backend shit is pissing me off, and it sucks because I'm really interested. I think it's super cool, but it's just so much BS and like iterating over APIs and different folders and all this other shit, connecting it to a database, and I don't understand it because the examples in class aren't close, or they are not similar to what I'm trying to accomplish. The examples in class are some bullshit like, hey, if you want to take someone's order, I don't even know, to be honest. Like, it doesn't make sense to me because I'm not interested in it, because it's nothing to do with what the fuck I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to accomplish is I would like for, if I can load the fucking page, I don't know what I did, but we're getting an error. Unexpected token. Events. Oh! Why right here? What is the problem? Is it because of the comma? Oh no, it's this. There we go. Alright, let's try again. Let's rebuild. Expected indentate. Come on, dude. You fucking piece of shit. problem, dude? Am I tripping? What the fuck is the issue? Okay, let's just take out whatever the fuck I put in because it's pissing me off. I don't know. I don't care. That shouldn't be there anyway. Whatever that is. Take this out. This too. Oh. Got it. Okay. Again, I'm just getting so frustrated because it's like nothing that they're talking about fucking makes sense to me. So the goal for Arth, since you just popped in, hope you're doing well by the way, welcome to the shit show. The goal is I want every country to have fucking data on it, right? The history of it, the government type, some lines of government, like in recent years, this has been the type of government. Economy stuff, demographics, culture. Current events I'm not worried about right now because I think I want to use the API to get news headlines from that country and then post it for the last month or so. Or year, I don't give a fuck really. But that's the goal. Every country will have that. Currently, I'm trying to figure out a way. I see your response, Creekburn. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out a way to minimize my fucking work. Right now, I don't know whether to store, for example, if I wanted to store history data, it would be lorem ipsum. Would I store that in a JSON file? Or would I store that in the goddamn database? Or would I hard code it to the view itself rather than saying lorem ipsum when or I guess an example, would it stay like this, be hard coded into the view? I don't know which route to take because they're like the back end is confusing me. I don't. The examples that they're giving us is not anywhere near what I'm trying to accomplish. It doesn't teach me anything. I'm still confused by the requirements. You can put the stuff in state/store, yes, but did they talk to you about how the data gets there in the first place? In store? Really, there's no data in store except for what I added, which was that country information on this page. This is the only data that is technically in store that I added. Now they want me to. They're saying I could add it here in store. By it I mean the new shit, similar to this type of stuff, history and government and whatnot. They try to explain it, and I think other people in class are getting it. As where I understood the front end more, I am, and everybody else didn't quite get it, I am lacking in the back end, and everybody else seems to be understanding. So basically I'm at the point where it's me deciding whether or not I want to keep, let's try Australia out. Australia has some stuff in it, so it's Australia. Oh, this is the actual, god damn it. That's the actual site. Oh, why are you not updating? There we go. Prior to documented history. So I could have it hard coded like this, prior to documented history, yada 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 yada. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I understand Creekburn is giving me some suggestions, but I don't know if I can do those for a project. So I'm kind of fucking stuck. Either way, I'm copying and pasting a lot of lines from the encyclopedia somewhere, whether it's in the fucking API that I learned how to build, or the database, or on the front end itself. What's the example project do? Dude, it's watch this. I'll fucking show you. The example project's horseshit. It is horse shit, dude. Oh my fucking god, of course this crashed. Address already in use. Oh. Let's kill. That's fine, we'll take it. So this is what the example is. It's something to do with pizzas and... Oh, this isn't working. Oh no. Oh no, it's broke, wait. Okay. So I think this was not working because I haven't... So like, it's like a pizza order thing. I've got a 30-minute to an hour to try to voice chat talking through it. Possibly. You got Discord, right? I think you're in my server. Okay. So for example, I don't know, dude, like I just chose a Chicago style chicken pizza. Submit that pizza. Oh my god. Yeah, that doesn't work. I don't know. Like, see what I mean? Like, the example doesn't make fucking sense to me. It's a bunch of stupid bullshit about fucking pizza. I don't give a fuck about pizza. You telling me how to do an order for pizzas of a pizza website is not explaining shit to me. I literally just want to have data stored somewhere and on the back end, preferably, see their code. Well, which particular file are you trying to see? It's a lot of different files. You'll learn that the way they do this is a lot of different files are called pizza.js. Which one? There's in models, in routers, in views. There's fucking like 10 of them, dude. I would assume you're talking about in model, no, routers. The one in router. Okay, so here's the one in routers. I don't know, man. And they tried to help me with my own translator API, and I still am like, dude, I don't get this shit. They spend more time, what pisses me off, they spend more time on the fucking front end than they do this shit. You're in your gaming room? Oh, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I haven't used it yet. Alright, hold on. Yo. Oh, let me turn this music down, dude. Where, I don't even remember. There it is. Okay, I'm listening.
Well, it sounds like you're in some choice paralysis.
Yep.
So what I was thinking is like I can give you some more information about each of the options and kind of like what they mean, and maybe that'll help narrow it down.
All right.
I would say that when creating like a complete web application, the end goal is to have a server that can serve all your data.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the goal that you're currently aiming for right now. That's why maybe we can knock that one off if you say, no, I don't have to actually like make this like the final version of the site kind of thing.
Right, that would be right. So right now it's more of in 2 weeks' time, I have to present this as a full stack application, um, with some aspects of it being, working in the back end, um, which kind of I'm already kind of at with my translator. So this portion's not necessarily like a requirement to be done like that, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. So like, so the information that's displayed in the website doesn't have to come from a database at all.
Right. It doesn't have to. Obviously, the instructors are pushing me to have it that way, but I mean, I don't. If I could figure out how to do it, then I'd fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Um, so yeah, I would say that it's I think once you can get the structure down on how to create an express API endpoint, it might fall into place a bit. Um, the other options of things like statically hosting some JSON or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would consider that to be like a good demo solution. What I mean by that is when you have your JSON or whatever stored statically, in your code, you're going to do the same thing as if it was an API endpoint. You're going to make you're going to use Ajax or Axios or whatever to go and make a call for the data. But just if you have it statically hosted, obviously it won't change. But if you have it on your server, then you can do other things to make it change over time. I guess does that distinction make sense on the static hosted?
Yeah. It does, and I guess now it would be more of okay. So I know the difference between the three options or four options or whatever it will be, but how do I get started? Let's say, okay, I get static currently on stream, like just hard coded. I get that. Easy. Just put in the code and it's good to go. But how would I start if I were to do the API portion, the API way?
So the way I would always start is just to create an endpoint and start evolving it over time.
Hmm.
So it would go into that express configuration and add a new route, and we can start playing with it.
Oh, my app.js file. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, all right.
And so what you can see here is every time that it has this app.post or app.get, um, this is basically just adding another endpoint to the Express server.
Right.
So
Oh, okay. Got you.
anything else?
So I could do
Um,
app dot. So this is where I'm a little confused as well. Because this data currently is just not anywhere in my code. It's just out in the internet. I have to find it right now, right? Like I did on the encyclopedia. I want it to be something that the API or the site grabs, brings it in. So I would use app.get, correct?
um, so
Or
let me clarify what those mean.
mhm.
Um, what my question is going to be is, are you familiar with the parts of the HTTP request?
So get, post, like I think patch one of them.
Patch is one of them.
Uh,
Delete.
delete, yeah.
So each
Um,
one of those are the HTTP verbs,
mhm.
and that's what you're deciding with app.get or app.post.
Okay. And I
So
will.
typically, when you want to read data, you use a get because there's no body to a get.
Okay. And post would be if we want to send or post some data to something.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, when we're talking about like what I consider the CRUD operations, you typically would use post to create a new whatever the thing is. But that's later on down the line. So yeah, at least for the endpoint that you want to create here, um, you would just do an app.get would be the easiest way.
Okay. All right. Let's put it down here. App dot get.
Make sure that's inside of the post.
Oh, oh, gotcha. So that one ends right here. So down here. All right. And in here will be the route, correct? The name of the route that we want it to be.
Exactly, the path of the URL.
So here's the thing now. I have multiple countries, multiple views. I have one for Australia, Belarus, etc. Um, does each one of these countries, will each one of these countries need another route like this? So if this was
I think
Australia, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So you're touching on a really important part. I'm gonna say that you'll only need to define one route, but we will make it take a path parameter.
Okay, I that makes a little sense. So the route could just be template. Okay, yeah. Art said similar, the same thing. Thank you both. So what should I call the route then?
Probably country or something like that.
Okay. Oh,
Or yeah, or I don't know, something along those lines.
country. Oh my god. Okay.
And then to add a path parameter in Express, you would do a slash inside of the path inside that string.
I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time? I was typing something.
So in the path, we're gonna add another slash at the end,
Oh, okay.
and then you do colon, and then like country name is or something. It's gonna be basically colon and then a variable, and we're gonna be able to whatever. So basically, what that becomes is a dynamic portion of the path, and
Hmm.
whatever is passed in as that second part of the path, we can read it in the function.
Okay. What I like to do is I like commenting stuff, taking
Yeah,
little
go for it.
notes. So can you kind of so um country name I cannot spell. Will country name is a variable that will be replaced hmm, with whatever country, whatever view name we're looking at, essentially, right?
Uh, Pretty much, it's basically considered a variable, like you would in anything else. Like when you, it's going to be a property in the request that we
Hmm.
can read and then do something with.
Okay. All right. That's can let's just say can be manipulated. All right. Cool. Where are we? Country name. All right.
All right, so we need to fill out the function still for the request response and all that.
Okay. Request. I think my trouble, and this has been the same even when I was learning on my own. Response has been what is a built-in JavaScript function and what's something that I should have looked at documentation to find in like Express documentation or Node or whatever. Um,
Uh, so the biggest distinction is going to be the imports or your requires. If you didn't have to require it, it's probably a built-in.
okay, got you.
Yeah. So you can see this entire app object comes from a import. So we go to the documentation for that thing to figure it out.
Hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to set up a basic JSON response. And I believe to do that, it's going to be similar to what it does in status. Yeah, basically just take what's in status,
Okay.
just copy that, and you're going to, I guess you're not returning it there, but yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So we're going to respond with a status 200, and then we're going to we're going to send some JSON in the body. When we use this JSON method, it also sets the content type parameter header, which is something that's very important. And so in this JSON, let's put something in here. In particular, let's reference that country name.
Okay. So this one could be like name.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Australia.
Well,
Okay.
what we're going to do is instead of Australia here,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to use request.params.country name.
Oh, and country name is the variable that we've declared.
Exactly.
Request.params. Okay.
So at this point, what we should expect is when you go to this path, you should get back some JSON that says name, basically whatever we put in the path. So make sure this is saved, restart your server, and then we can go to the browser to test it out.
What's wrong? Oh, 4040 is already in use.
If you have a terminal where it's already watching this, then
Yeah.
it should already be running.
Yeah, well, I'm using it on here. Let me kill it here in this class project. Let's try again. Boom. All right.
All right, so it's listening. So when you go to your browser, it says it's on 4040.
Okay, so
In a new tab or something.
Oh, all right.
And you're gonna go to localhost 4040/country.
Oh, gotcha.
Some country name.
/country.
It has to be the literal word country at the beginning. Yeah.
And then any name.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Don't do spaces for right now because that'll confuse the URL. But yeah.
Is this what we were expecting?
Yeah, and you have a JSON prettifier or something, and so yeah, this is the JSON.
Oh, I think I get it. What we just did, I think. Oh my God! Wait, but why wouldn't this be considered a post?
It's not. This is a GET.
Right, but so we just created a route on our local host that where are we at? I need to make this. Okay, it responds back with their status code of 200 and the name and whatever the name of the. Okay. So, oh man, it's just like this is the problem I've been having, dude. It's maybe I'm just not thinking about it clearly enough. I don't know.
Like what's going? What do you think?
It's hard to even explain, to be honest. To be honest with you, I'm just kind of struggling to get. I don't know. The way I learn is I'm very literal about things, so I have these questions of what did I just do? I just did something. What did I just do? You know what I mean?
I would say the biggest thing is we created essentially a dynamic path. So if you change Australia to something else, you're going to get a different value every time you change Australia. Every time the second part of the path is changed to something else, you now have different data that you can send in, right? Or that you can ask for.
Right.
So in the code, in this function here, you can key off of this country name to go look in Mongo by that name, or if we wanted to just do a dumb file system database, we could do it that way. Like there's all those options, but basically what we've done is we said in the back end, here's a way we can get this country data.
Yeah.
In your front end, you have your view viewing different pages, you have this different name for all your front end pages.
Right.
You basically pass it to your back end with the same values, and you get so you can go and look up the data.
Okay. That I will say that makes about 50% more sense than what everything else I've learned does. Still not clear as crystal clear, but I understand a little bit better. Thank you.
So the next step, the next iteration on this endpoint
Hmm.
is to start setting up country data, basically.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
Arth is saying too. Okay.
so there's, it sounds like getting into Mongo might be going a step too far for right now. I don't know how you feel about that.
Uh, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be our homework here in a couple days anyway. So might as well, if you're down to help me look through it, I'm down. I don't care.
Um,
If not, then it's all good. We can do it an easier way.
I'm trying to think if there's a good way to do it right now. In the spirit of iteration, maybe
Yeah.
we can just do a real quick way to do it. Maybe.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if this will be considered a quick way or not. We'll see. Um, where we can just have files in the file system and use the node fs to read them.
Okay.
So basically, what I was saying is in the server folder, probably
Mhm.
make another folder for your country data.
Yeah, I agree, Arth. All right.
And
And inside
and
here,
then in there is where you're gonna put your JSON about about the country.
so each country should have one. Australia. We can just test out one for now, I guess.
Yeah.
Australia.json. All right.
For right now, not terribly worried about what's in here. Just put some sort of JSON data in here, just so we can see it get out.
All right, and then I can just do I have any lorem ipsum stuff? Let's take this. All right, we have something, technically.
Cool. So we have that. So basically, inside the endpoint, we'll use the node fs, which is a built-in library. We still have to import it though.
Okay. So require what's it called? Node fs?
It's just fs for file system.
Okay. Require. Oh, do I also have to do npm for that? Install?
No.
No?
You're just requiring fs.
Okay.
It's basically one of the libraries that ships with Node.
All right.
Let's see here. Do you know which version of Node you got, just so I can
Yeah.
make sure?
Um, 16.18.
Okay, let me get 16 there. I think this is the way I want to do it. Actually, let's do the asynchronous stuff, which I think we should be able to do just fine with everything else. So gonna modify this a bit. Instead of just fs, do for the require.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do fs/promises.
Same thing in here.
Well, the name is gonna stay fs for the
Oh.
variable.
And this will be like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I guess I got this
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you helping me out, man.
Just confusing myself a bit. Okay, so we just want to do read file. That's what we want to do. So I think what we can do, I think we can do async await with express stuff. Personally, I would think that'd be easier to work with.
Okay.
So inside of the function, well, I guess this translator wasn't using async await. Well, let's try it. Are you familiar with async await?
No, we haven't. They haven't taught us that for some reason. I think they said we were going to, but nothing yet.
Then I won't jump ahead. That's fine.
Yeah.
It basically, let me
Is it something like it runs this function until something else happens, right? Something like that.
that's kind of the
The
idea.
await. Yeah.
But I guess what I'm confusing myself a bit on this one is I'm trying to figure out how this thing works.
It's all right. It'll all be over in 2 weeks, and I can learn some tools that I can use in the real world.
I think. All right, I guess this one is a two-step process.
All right.
Let me. I'm getting less liking this promise API for this. Um, okay, well, it'll be fine. We'll do it this way. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was hoping it would, if we did it with async await, this would work. It would flow a lot easier. Yeah, I guess we won't use the promises. Let's go ahead and back up to that require, and we'll just
Yeah.
take out the slash promises part of that. And so in the function, it's just going to be fs read file, if I remember right. I'm double checking the docs though.
All right.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so fs read file. The first parameter of this function is a path. And so I believe the way it will work is if you do a dot,
like that.
so it is a string is the first parameter.
Oh. So some
And
of
then you would go ahead.
I was gonna say I know my stream's probably a few seconds behind me, but so like how I have it currently.
Yeah. And so what you need to do is dynamically construct the path using that request params country name.
Oh. So would it be so for example, the only one I have right now inside of the country data, or is this path? It's reading the JSON, correct?
Yeah, we're reading that file that you haven't passed.
All right, Australia. Okay.
But you need to use, like I said, you need to use that request params country name. and not just hard code Australia.
Oh. So the first part's a string, like this, I think is what you're saying, and then this part would be like that. Or is the whole thing in a string?
I mean that it's. I'm waiting for the string to catch up. Go ahead and finish constructing it at this point.
So would it be like all in a string like that?
Well, if it's inside the string, then it's not a variable.
Why is this giving me an issue? What's wrong, baby?
So you're trying to concatenate the string with the variable?
I don't know how I would do this here, what you're asking me to do. So I added the request param stuff. Jesus Christ, dude, what do you want?
So the two ways to do it is you use string concatenation. Basically, you add strings together to make one complete string. Or you can use the tick marks and string interpolation.
Oh,
so
like
you're more familiar with.
I think I get what you're saying. Let's try this again. So something like this, and then I could be completely wrong. No.
Dollar sign curly brackets would need to be inside the tick marks.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, like that.
It makes you have your slashes and file extensions and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we don't. So the only thing I'm missing would be. So it's country data, our path, and request dot param's name will take whatever it could be. Once I make more. Australia, Belarus, USA. Okay.
But you have an extension on the file system, right?
Yeah. Oh, so dot JSON. Okay.
Well, not as that's the variable doesn't exist. JSON.
Oh.
It is part of the string.
Like that, I hope.
So we can see how this is going to dynamically create a path.
Right.
So that's the first parameter that goes into read file. We now need to add a second parameter, which is going to be an object.
Okay.
The first it takes a couple properties. The one we're really concerned about is encoding. So the property encoding is what you want to type there.
Encoding. Ooh, what the hell just happened? God damn it, prettier.
Yeah, another line's fine. So. And the value that you want to give that is a string.
Okay. Oh.
The object literal, so colon.
Oh. Oh, because we're an object. Right. Sorry.
And the string value is going to be UTF-8, lowercase, no spaces or anything.
No dash. No dash.
No. So what we're doing is what I've been told, or from what I remember about this API, is this will make the reader basically return a string instead of buffers and all that other kind of stuff. So that's why we definitely need that. The last part of it, or the third parameter, is you pass in a function as the third parameter. So not in the object anymore. This is just a third parameter passed into read file.
UTF. Alright. You said a function?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and clean up that extra error. It's getting to me.
God dang, I hate when it does that. Where am I? There we are.
That's fine. Like this is separating out the parameters for us. I think this is fine, right? Path, options object, and then the callback function. That's what we're doing. So this function is going to take two parameters. The first is an error, and the second is data.
Okay.
And so the first thing we have to do in the function is we have to do an if error. Because basically, if there is no error, that variable will be undefined. Or null, I forget which one. So if error, and then so basically in this case, we're actually going to respond with like a status 404.
What would that be? Response.status 404.
Yeah. So just like that response.
Yeah, what was it? Oh, 404. Okay.
And then we either do an else or yeah. So then else, we should expect data to actually have some data for us to return.
Data does what now? Return data?
No, you need to respond status 200.
Oh.
And .json data. Because basically what we're doing is the first part is telling file system, go get me and go read this file. And now that it's done reading the file, we're now going back to Express and saying, oh, it worked. Here's respond with a 200 and the data that I just read.
Oh, and then data. Like that?
No, you're basically going to do exactly what you did on line 99, line 90.
Oh, gotcha. .json. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I was feeling the boot camp for a while.
So you don't need an object because you already have data. That's what you're going to pass.
Gotcha. It's just like this part, they just didn't like explain shit very well, and I've been going to every like study hall and every class and asking questions. I'm still not quite getting it. It's annoying.
You really you got parenthesis problems or bracket problems.
Declaration of statement expected. I'm missing something.
You have a closing bracket in the wrong place.
Oh. Got it. All right. Thanks, Art.
And then we don't need line 89 anymore. That's not going to do. You're deleting 2 lines there.
I think I just deleted the comment with it. Oh, gotcha. All right. Cool.
Okay, so as of right now, we've gone through it. I've given some explanations for it. Can you say back or read back like what this is doing now?
Well, currently we are adding a route or creating a route that uses countries and whatever view that we're on presently at the time, it'll use that country's name here. And we're using the read file package or import to read my JSON file with the corresponding name for that country. We then encoding, I think it's just how like text is formatted, I think, but for setting up an error, and if something goes wrong. But we also have a status code 200 if something goes right. It'll also display our data, which is the parameter here. I don't know what is data just going to be the name of the all the stuff in the JSON? That's how that works, correct?
It's going to be the contents of the file. We're going to have to do some manipulation of it once we start testing this out. But
Yeah.
as of right now, you should be able to hit this endpoint in your browser. I think that your start command was a watch, so I think that other terminal should be running it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're
And so you're,
doing
you're in that localhost 4040 tab. And now when you hit it, you should see different stuff happen.
Australia. I spelled it wrong. Golly.
Well, that's fine. We're expecting that, right?
Australia. So, oh, it's not doing it here. But okay, so here's our call. I need to get rid of this. For some reason, we had like a this is the epoch time, and I don't even know where that's at anymore. It's starting to piss me off a bit, honestly.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. They added it in there, and for some reason, I feel like I took it out, but it's still showing. So I don't know. What's going on here?
It is not resolving correctly, which is annoying. Um, just a second.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, I think we need to send still. Let's actually, on line 83,
Okay.
do a dot send at the end of that chain. With the parentheses, it's a function call.
Oh.
So
Arth, hey, take it easy, Arth. Thank you for stopping by, man. Have a good day. Uh, so
all right, so what you should see now is nothing.
okay.
If you press F, you're in Firefox. I think you can do press 12
Oh, 12.
to bring up the network and look at the console and look at the network tab.
So there's console and here's network.
And so when you press enter and just in the URL, make the request again. Yeah, there you go. Press enter. Now you can see what's coming here, and I believe you should see it's 404. So nothing's coming back. It's an error.
Right.
Which is what we expect to happen when you ask for the file foobar.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, okay. Right. And so if it's not USA, we only have Australia done. Australia. It's still 404.
Check the file name in your file system.
Server Australia.json. Australia. Should be it. Country dot. Maybe let me try capital A.
Well, no, it's passing directly through, so it wouldn't be capital.
Okay. Yeah. And this endpoint is only for the one that we declared as far as JSON goes, or is it every endpoint, like every view that I have so far?
So I'm confused by your question.
So if I were to do so right now, as far as country data, I have this little tester that we made, Australia.json. But as far as actual views for the website, I have USA, Greece, Italy, Japan, whatever. If I would pass any of those other ones in here, they should ideally work, correct? Or is this just supposed to be what I have as JSON, which would be Australia?
Yeah, because the way that endpoint works is it looks for a file in the file system. So it can't return anything if there's no file.
Okay. Interesting.
Let's go back to the app.js server.
Yep.
And inside of the, the error block there, before we, so basically after line 82, let's do a console.error and pass in error.
Okay.
So now when you make the request, we should see what it's complaining about in the terminal. No such file or directory at. It's looking at Capstone country data. So it's, oh, okay, I see what's going on. We're actually running this from the Capstone folder. So // is looking for, so it's looking for the country data folder inside the Capstone directory.
Oh, so we need to go a little bit deeper then.
Yeah, so just if you add in do a // server, then / country data, that should find it.
Let's see. Let me just make sure I got it right. I'll just kind of go back a little bit here. /. Oh, we might need to do .. then. / server / no.
No. This is at it. I can. Do you want you want me to show you how to?
No, I mean you just let me know how it goes, and I thought it would be .. because if the autocomplete was just throwing me off. So if it's just ..
Yeah. So basically, here's what you want to do: open the terminal in the Capstone directory.
All right. Let's do another one here. Okay.
So go ahead and do a cat to that Australia file.
I've never used a cat command.
You can do ls. That's
All right.
fine too.
So Australia file we just made. The Australia.json is in server. Okay, so cd server cd country data. What the hell is ATA? Oh, that's the thing.
Basically, what it needs you to do is to do it from the Capstone directory. So don't do a CD at all. So go back to the Capstone directory and just do like what is the full file path from Capstone directory to that file.
Oh, can you? I've never done that before. So ls server / country. I've never used it like that before. I think that's it. So just server, then country data.
And then when you press enter, it should show just the one file. Right?
Yep.
And so this is, so the server code is being run from this directory. So your file paths need to include that as your base path, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing in the code here, is we're just mimicking, like, we know that we're saying the code is running from the Capstone directory. What is the path going to need to look like?
Arthur, still here. What'd you say? VS Code is showing you relative, but it's not actually returning. Okay, yeah. Y'all are on the same page. All right, I think that should be good then. Server.country day. Say again, I couldn't hear you.
You got one more slash to add there.
Behind it. Okay.
So now, since we have the correct directory structure now, I would expect it to hopefully return with something.
Hey, you got the JSON history.
So we kind of got the JSON. You can see what we've done here is we have not actually parsed the JSON out when we read it from the file system. And so what we're doing is we have this JSON as a string in the file system, and then we're having it encoded again when we pass it through the server. And so that's why it's just a string. It's not an object at all.
Right.
And so that's what we have to do next. Essentially, in the server, instead of just you have to do a JSON.parse of the data before passing it to JSON.
Would stringify work? I've seen the stringify function
Stringify
used.
takes an object and makes it into JSON.
Oh,
What
okay.
we want to do is the data is already a stringified JSON.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to take data and convert it into an object.
Okay. What's up, X? How you doing, man? Welcome. Where was that? So JSON dot. Damn, I already forgot what you said. Not stringified. Dot parse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, it's an entirely new object. So you have to change that because that doesn't exist.
Mhm. Doing well. How are you?
So so basically you're gonna it's I'm trying to describe it. It's gonna be a function call. So like it's all capital JSON dot
Mhm.
parse that you pass data into.
Just tell me the location before it.
So delete data that's inside the parentheses.
And then pass this in.
Yeah, do JSON parse there. And then that's another function, so another set of parentheses.
Oh boy.
Pass JSON into that.
Pass data into this.
Yeah.
Oh boy. 1 second, bro. I'm doing well. I'm doing all right, man. Just trying to figure out some stuff. Okay.
Cool. So now when you do it, instead of it being all stringified with the slash ns and stuff, you should be getting just JSON back now.
Okay. So those turns. And before we did that, what would you consider the oh shit. Before I added, let's go back a bit real quick. So when it was in this format, what would you consider this? Would you still consider it JSON just kind of ugly looking?
No, it's a JSON string.
Okay.
It's not a JSON object that's being
All right.
passed, basically.
So turns. Thank you. Turns. All right. Just wanted to make a note about that.
Yeah,
More
that's
specific.
what JSON parse is going to do. Right.
Oh, we gotta ban him. Let's ban this guy real quick. These fucking bots, dude. They've been just running rampant.
It'll happen. Christmas season, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, you now have an API that you can call to get JSON data.
Okay. So to recap, we did a lot. We did a lot. But like you said, I have the API now. But I currently have it to where it's a specific. I mean, right now it's just placeholder text, but it would be a excuse me. It would be a specific country's history, economy, government, etc. Would I still be able to use? Oh, but I know what you're. You know what? I already answered my own question because we have specified the path of that country in the URL. It would be
Yep.
whatever corresponds. Holy shit. Okay.
So in your front end code, you
Excuse me.
now need to call this API to get some data.
Oh yeah, this is the part I was really having trouble. If you thought this was bad, man, this part is. I think we're doing all from index.js inside of an after render function. We use a switch case statement to specify if we're on a
Whatever
specific
view
page
you're
or
on.
yeah. So
So I guess um, the simplest one would be to have a case for Australia, I suppose.
yeah. Mm, okay. Yeah, this is the part that I've really had trouble with. How to get that data. Like my translator is not even finished yet because I get the data, it's in here in the same format kind of, but how to get on screen. Uh,
Well, that's going to be the other thing, I suppose.
yeah.
But yeah, basically what you can do at this point is you can copy that Axios call. You're basically doing the same thing. I think just 35 to 39.
Oh, 35, 39. Got you. Oh, red. Expected break.
It wants a break after line 40 because you started the case in between.
Oh. All right.
And so what you're going to do for the post is, yeah, you're just basically changing the path.
And it would be now, okay, well we need to bring in country, that variable we made. Oh, where were we? I just closed something.
URLs is a string, so I don't know what you mean by variable.
So how would we get? So I was thinking about like country names. So for it to, oh, each country will have its own case, and then okay, got it. Yeah, this one will be Australia. I was thinking it would be like kind of like how we did in the app.js file where we had params.country name. I was thinking something like that, but if the case is Australia,
I think you can get to that point where you pass in the state.view directly to the URL. I think you can get to that point, but you don't have to right now.
yeah, it's actually pretty simple what's happening. Don't let the code confuse you, dude. Art, it really does confuse me. I try not to let it happen, but it really does, man. It really does confuse me. Um, okay, so we pass in localhost
So
40.
hold on a second. Like we got a couple things to
Yeah,
one, there's no request body. So we're gonna change it from a post to a get, so you can back that change.
get. Okay.
And like I said, no request body for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the issue? Parsing error. Oh, gotta finish the string.
And then you have on screen right now exactly what the URL needs to look like.
Oh, country. Okay. I think there's someone saying setting up a beginner with this much tooling. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm pissed off we have a very limited amount of time to do this kind of stuff, but we spent weeks on the other shit. If they have like a after course like critique, I'm going ham. I'm going in uh on that critique. All right, Creek Brand, I'm sorry, dude.
No problem. At this point, when you go to that view, you should see a console log of the data from your API.
So go to the view 4040.
No, I mean, yeah, on your your front end.
Oh. Oh, it's not even running anymore, I don't think. That is. So you're saying inside of this console?
No, your web page.
Let me refresh it. Go back. 4040.
Well, 4040 is your API. What's your front end hosted at?
Oh, so actually on 122.1.2.3.4. Gotcha. That's why I wasn't showing, because the shit was dead, I think.
Because you need your front end and your back end to be working right now.
Mm. Okay, yeah, there it is.
Cool. Now, at this point, this is where you can put your data and get it from an API. You can code against this JSON that you create without any issue. And then later on, when you want to change it from the file system to Mongo, you're just doing it in the back end. Everything else stays the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I won't lie to you and say it all made sense, but you know, I do appreciate the help, and a little bit did. A little bit made sense. It's very complex.
Yeah, and so if you have the views and everything driven off of the data, in theory, you can, instead of having case for each country, you would just have a case, you would just have like a default or something, or you do something else where you dynamically construct the URL, and then go render that page. But
Okay.
that's if you want to get to that point.
Right.
As of right now, just doing cases for each one is probably going to make enough sense. Once you see a bunch of them together, it might make sense, make it easier to collapse them together.
Now, my last question. I appreciate, and again, I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to assist me with this shit. But I've how do you get this from here, the console, into here? Like, I don't understand it. I've been trying to figure it out, and I cannot seem to understand that. Is it like a
So
query selector of some sort?
yeah, for sure. Like you have to have somewhere in the page where you're going to be dumping all of this data. Now, I don't know how you're handling pages right now. It looks like you, in your JS, if you pull up one of your view files, you have an HTML renderer or some kind, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So basically, this is what you want to do: is you want to, scroll up here. Can you scroll to the top, please?
Yep, there.
Wait, there we go. Okay, so you are using, what is this?
HTML literal is what they want us to use to make it like this.
Let me look up that library real quick.
Yeah, it's also a VS Code extension.
No.
I agree with what Arth said.
The thing is, you're supposed to build on each one of these things in a boot camp, like kind of stuff.
Syntax is HTML div IIRC.
Okay, here's what it comes down to: is right now you have this function called default, right?
Right.
You can pass in parameters to wherever that gets called, or at least should be able to. I guess we'd have to look in your index.js, I guess, to see how that's being done.
Probably right here.
Here, so render is using state. Hold on a second. So root enter HTML, and then it does after render with some state. does this. Um, where else is render being called?
We should add more stuff to this file. Render's being called down here in the router dot on as well.
Okay, so it will all render, and then at :view params data view, and it will render store view. Okay, so could you please scroll up again?
Yeah. I trust me, I have the same amount of confusion, but probably more so as a student learning this particular method of what doing things.
I'm very annoyed that they decided to make their own framework.
Essentially, that's actually what it sounds like. Rather than teaching us one, they decided to do it this way for whatever
Um,
for whatever reason. Oh man.
Because I guess the thing that we're most concerned about is there's a main component.
Yeah, main. I can pull that up too if you want.
Let's look at that real quick.
Main. Right here.
Views, state view, state. Okay, that's basically what okay. Let's go look at views. Let's see what that file looks like.
Um, it's a folder
So
which.
inside that directory, I'm expecting views and index.js.
So we're exporting each one of those views to.
Index.js has to like kind of export defaults.
Yep.
These kind of things. Okay. Could you go back to main real quick?
Yeah. What did Arth say? Where's main? Main. We can use a state.view.
So here's what it's telling me here is that the way that this is set up is that inside of your render function you're being passed some state. So when we go look at australia.js, let's go pull that up. The function is actually receiving a parameter called state.
Okay.
So yeah, you see it as default parentheses, like that's a function, an arrow function. So there's a state parameter, and that's where you would get your dynamic information that you would set in here.
Okay, I think I get it. So pass in state. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I spelled that wrong. I did spell that wrong. It should have been state.
It's a variable. It'll take that read more. So the thing is, obviously, we're not using it yet, so I think that's probably what it's complaining about.
Oh.
But that's what we want to do. So the goal is to fit inside of this framework is we need to actually call the API, get the data, put it into state, and then get the page to render. So let's go look at that index.js again. Let's see if I can figure out where the hell they want you to do that.
All right.
Because they only have an after render to this.
Oh, excuse me. Arth is saying you might create a new country.js file and set the state to that template. I don't know. Country.
Yeah. I think I would say continue with the individuals for now and then refine it into a single one.
Dude, once this is done, I plan on making this in like completely different. Like, yeah, because this is just
Um,
ridiculous.
so let's see here. You're using this door. Um, let's see here. Oh, let's. Could you scroll down again?
Yeah. Let me know when to keep going. I'll do it from.
Yeah, because below this is the router. Let's see here.
Yep.
Let's see here. What are these comments? Let's read through these real quick.
Yeah. Just something we had a class on Sunday to kind of go over the structure of the web page. It was good to hear that, but I cannot regurgitate what he said and how why they do it this way. They told us, but I can't. It was a lot of information, so wrote some comments.
Yeah, right now, I think that they did not give you a good example of prefetching data. Um, I think the next thing I'd want to check on is the store. We could look at that real quick.
Yeah. So store which file? Close some of this up. It's a
I
little
have to look at
messy.
the input again to say which file.
Like okay, so here's how they all pretty much have like the header.
In index.js.
Yeah, and index is the same thing as the other one, just export default.
Okay. I think we've just really crossed over into advanced territory that they didn't consider, that they didn't want us to do. Like at this point, I
I
don't
can
think they
show
want
you
data
here.
for this stuff.
I can show you real quick the example spa and
Okay.
how they tried to do certain things. Here, just give me 1 second. I'll pull it up before you go, or if you're s- still here. I know you
I
said
am. I have a hard stop in about
you said 20 minutes. No, that's plenty. Do that. Just a couple more.
I
And
have
I'll,
4 minutes, so
oh,
we can
four?
get this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Code savvy. So they did it. Here's the index.js on root. Um, uh, they use the Open Weather API to display weather on the page. Um, so they did it to where it was like they, um, what did it? Here's the top of the page.
Mm-hmm. Could you scroll up to where they have the render method?
Render. So here's
Yes.
after render. Oh, this part was just for like a nav menu though. That's why I was saying like it's so specific how they did it. The examples at least.
Well, hold on. They're in this router hooks thing. Okay.
Yeah, and inside of the router hooks was where the switch.
All right. So in your code, are you using the router hooks
No, I
for this?
haven't. That's what these comments were for to kind of remind me to add it when I needed to. I just didn't know when the fuck to do that, you know?
So you need to do it now.
All right. And I think that would require me to move my switch into the router hooks in, correct? Because after
Well,
render.
not. It's these are for different purposes. You may
Okay.
need to do that for, but basically what we're saying is you want to use that before hook to go and get data before trying to render the page. That's what the router hook before is going to do.
Okay. Right.
So that's why you need to have that. So basically what you're going to do in your switch statement is you're going to go and fetch data and then update the store with that information. Then in your view function,
Yeah.
the statement will contain that new data.
And I don't. There was like a weather home. At one point, we did add another thing inside of store. I think it might have been like an array or an object. Kind of like here we did pizza, for example. Um,
Hmm.
and I think that's what they were trying to say. So it'd be something like store dot countries or Australia, whatever, and then history. And then that
Right.
data would, okay, I think that makes some sense.
And then in that view file is where you use the state and you just use the dollar sign curly brackets to do state dot whatever to render stuff in the HTML.
Okay. All right, man. You've explained it. It helped a little bit. I do appreciate the help with the at least getting as far as I did, though, for sure, man. I
Definitely,
definitely
man. I don't know how much longer you're gonna go, but I'll be back in a not too long.
do.
Be
Probably not
available.
much longer. I'm probably gonna look into it, maybe do some commits and then be done. But I do appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Hopefully it helped.
Thank you. Take it easy.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Okay. Let's see. Well, that was kind of helpful, but at the same time, like, still sucks that. Let me put my music back on. Yeah, that. So I need to do something like this, router hooks. That's why I was thinking, are we sure I don't need to put those inside of there? How the fuck are the other students doing this? um, I don't think people are having a good time. If I'm not, and not to toot my own fucking horn, but I think doing, I think I've been doing well. I'm sure some other people are really struggling with this shit. There's no way. They're just not as vocal about it as I am in class. But others are doing really well. One guy, he's in a server, Shane, in the server, his name is something else. He's got interactive map that routes out. You put in a route and it routes and maps it out and stuff and all that. And I'm just like, dude, I don't. It's still like I look at this and it's just like vomit on my screen. How much stuff, what's going on here? And I appreciate Creekburn trying to explain it to me. And I kind of get what we did earlier, but now once we got into this territory with router hooks and all this other shit, I'm just lost. I know a lot of this won't be needed in mine. Like this doesn't need to be in the new one. Let's try it out. Let's see. So after So you'll have to do what he mentioned and update your store with data via those hooks. Oh, since you're here, Art, I think what he was saying was something like, so like I could do, this is where I would do like history, right? And then a template literal. Like that, and then inside of, I guess there'd be multiple ones, but this one be government. Govern. This one would be like no. What are those hooks doing? What were those hooks? What are the hooks? Oh, these? Like header and view? So header just specifies what will appear as the header for the view. In this case, oh, or hooks. I think you're talking about, dude, I can't wait for this shit to be over so I could just learn what everybody else fucking uses. What did I just do? I just did something by accident. I just deleted a lot of shit. There we go. Hooks. Router hooks. So apparently the router hooks is telling the program to, before it renders, because we call router hooks before render, to go and get some data. In this case, our weather API and their stupid fucking pizza API that they used. Go back to your index.js. Wanted to see your comments. Oh, yeah. So, here you go. This little notes that I tried taking in class. I'm gonna stand up and stretch for a minute while you read that, and I'll be in the same room, just with my mic on, just walking around for a second. Stretch my legs. Yeah, bro. Like I said, 2 weeks time, when we're done with this shit, I started yesterday to make my old project, my first website I made, in this format to just kind of practice it, and I'm just still like, dude, honestly, fuck this. I might just do it all over again in like using React or something, you know. The way Creekburn put it earlier about them creating their own framework is a good way to put it. I guess this is it. Using different tools to make their own framework for some reason. Don't know why. So you'll have similar hooks in there to set up your view. Hit similar hooks as the pizza, the fucking example. Correct. Router hooks. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can try that. Let's see. Kind of hungry. I only ate a banana and some macaroni earlier. And some trail mix, which I'm almost out of. But you can't. If you gotta be careful about trail mix, there's a lot of sodium in here. A lot of sodium in there. You gotta be careful. Same with like pistachios. A lot of salt. Good snack, but a lot of salt in those things. What did I... What is this? Example? Oh. That's not what they were... So you're saying... Meeting at 12:30. Alright, man. Take it easy. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by, as always. This shit is not fucking fun. Ugh. hasn't uploaded. Oh my god. Okay, be right back. It's just up here. I'm gonna order some food. I have my stupid meeting. So it'll be like in Australia they added weather as an object and they iterate over that object and it gathers certain things. But see, this is the thing, they have specific parameters that they pass, like feels like for the weather one. So what would I do? Oh, you know, I could do history, or like Australia, so it'd be stored in Australia dot. I could do history, right, like that, and so it'd be like something like store Australia, and then I could make history as an object. Okay. Oh. inside the object. Wait. Let's just do that for now. Okay. So inside here equals object. Response data dot main dot temp. Okay, after that, so let me do something like store dot. Actually, we just want history. That's all. We don't want anything else. So then we can just do done. After that, catch. Dot catch. Error. Okay. I done broke something. I don't know what I broke. I'm assuming it's... Oh, wait. That's... No. Was it this? Okay, so something I did with the router hooks broke it. Um... So right now this is all being hard-coded. Get console.log hello. let's see if it's even doing that after before the thing console. Hey. We are getting hay. Now if I do Greece, we don't get hay. So this it is getting hay. So that's good. So we're making progress. It gets hay on Australia, but nowhere else, which is good because that's the case we've set for this particular URL. You can see right here. We get hay. Oh, there it is. There's our object too. History. Store. So wait, if I remove, that give me that's still there. But wait, hold on. That's not what I'm thinking of. We put that index.js line 44. That's this, right? Console.log the response data. Okay, so man, this is store dot store dot Australia equals history. Okay, so would it be like store dot Australia? Nah. Okay. So it is console. Okay. Progress is being made. We are console.logging hey only for Australia. It does not do it for anywhere else. So this up to here we know is good. Can I do a console.log? We'll just do this. An empty object. Okay, it does that. But how do you get this? This is my problem I've been running into this whole time is how the hell do you get this stuff on the fucking screen? I can't believe there's no simple. They're able to do it here because the API has specific like city and whatnot. So if I just make one up, response data name. Store.home. Store.Australia history. But this is it. This is where it fucks me up at because weather is only specified as the object, right? City. Am I missing something? Okay, this might be where I have to end it then. This is the same thing I've run into. Same fucking thing. Every step of the way it's been, well, how does this work for me? Not their shitty fucking example. Console. Okay, we could delete this. We know it does it. It's just an empty object. Make it a template literal. But then store.home.weather. We don't have anything like that. It would be store.home.history or store.home.economy or whatever, and then that would be that. Or we can do this and then store history. And this equals response. What it equal? It would equal response.data. Response.data. Nope, that broke something. What did it break? Store. The member of store are what? Okay, so response is out of scope. And store it are read only. That's where response comes in at. Response. No, that didn't do it. What is this? Store our read only. Store.Austria equals object. So if I delete this, okay. So if I do, let's try this again. Let's try console.log response.data. Okay, so it is still doing that. Line 44, yeah, and 67. Okay. Hmm. Console.log. Store.pieces. But how? This is all that they're doing to get that shit on screen. I don't know what else they're doing besides this stuff. This is all that they're doing. don't know, man. I'm gonna probably end the stream here. This shit's fucking with me, dude. I don't get it at all. This will probably be on YouTube, just in my random VODs, I guess. Not really part of this. Later.